After my ranking video, you guys really wanted a video about Robot Flower. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed. Robot Flower debuted officially in BFDA, but in BFB she officially became a character and was one of 64 contestants competing at the time. She was on a better name than that, a team with lots of popular people. In her first few episodes, she did not have a lot going on either her. That was until episode 7, where she was in charge of controlling Remote. Keep in mind, this was when a better name than that was on the moon during this time, along with Blood. In doing so, Remote would send a bomb to her as self-defense. Robot Flower would then have to choose on continuing to control Remote, or to save everyone and break the connection. If you've seen the episode, you would know Robot Flower prioritized the lives of her teammates over winning the challenge, which in turn put her teammates up for elimination. This is already a glimpse of what her character would be like in the future. This was a good start for her character. You would think she would likely be second or third safe from this right. Well, she was in the bottom 3 somehow. Luckily she still was safe, but this was a huge shock. I started watching the show around Teepit 3 and 4, so when I was watching the older seasons it was before her first cake at stake when I started liking her, and I was shocked to see her in the bottom 3. I had yet to know how flowed vote to elimination was during this time. Afterwards, she kinda was in the baccalogram round for a while. That was until episode 12-14 when she became interesting again. In episode 12, she mainly was interrogating Gold Ball during the challenge, which if you did not know, was when each team had to find out who was the imposter on their team. While not exactly plot-worthy, it was entertaining to watch. Episode 13 as well. While not exactly relevant, she was funny to watch. Episode 14, however, is where things get interesting. Robot Flower is one of 3 who are alive on her team. She ends up overheating her system when she once again tries to help a teammate. She asks Basketball for help here, which also foreshadows one of, if not, the greatest relationships in the entire show. While not always having screen time, Robot Flower was a pretty decent character in BFB. So that wraps up her season 4 run. Now let's jump over to Teepit. Here, in Teepit, one of the first things she does is...
Here's your battery!
Sells items to other people. This was new for Robot Flower. But this small little business she has will be one of the main highlights of this episode. During this episode she was experiencing difficulties with her systems again with, once again, helping others. This little event will lead to Robot Flower's most important part. Basketball then takes her to her above-ground factory to help fix Robot Flower's system.
Really not know how you work.
Basketball?
No,
I actually think Robot Flower was going to talk to Basketball about why some people do not appreciate her here. It's a wild theory, but I think doing it later was a better decision. Teepit 5 is where things get interesting. This is the episode where she betrays her team with the help of manipulation by DU. At first she was hesitant about the idea and wanted to stand with her team. However, she would end up folding to his manipulation during this scene.
Wait, that's not cool. We shouldn't be tricking him.
We are just using the robot to our advantage. What's the problem?
It's one thing to use robotics to aid us, but to deceive others? No! We're not doing that.
It's fine. It's just a machine.
I'm just a machine.
Robot Flower was against the idea of using machines to trick others and felt extremely hurt by it, which is why she decided to side with it and take down the ship. This would, however, put her team up for elimination. I was a bit worried for Robert Flower here, knowing her performance in the last season was not the best, but she ended up being third saved, which was a shocker. In Teepit 6, for some reasons, everyone on that team decided to forget about everything that happened last episode. Blame the writers. Teepit 8 is where her major arc starts. She's talking to some of the contestants when Turdrock, for some reason, decides to get Robert Flower when she had nothing to do with her and Eraser's beef. Look at her. Clearly does not care. Anyways, this video as it's supposed to flame Turdrock. I didn't know it at first, but this frame of her looking at herself was hinting at her arc this entire season. This is the turning point.
Why are you the only one who cares if I'm okay?
Huh? That's not true.
It kinda is. Today, that Splinter, when I died to the fish monster, heck, that whole day proves no one cares about us mechanical minds, really.
It's not true.
I just don't think you realize what it's like to be Robot Flower. I just wish I could be the original. You know, someone like Puffball Speaker Box, Purple Face, or even Fiery Junior.
Oh, great examples.
Or even one BFB, right?
I think so.
Maybe it'd be better if I just was Flower. Yeah, basketball. Surely you can use these computery gadgets to download information on Flower and put it into me.
But you're you, Robot Flower.
Clearly everyone else would prefer if Flower was here, not Robot me. Please, I just want to be wanted around here. It's what I want. What I want. Please.
Robert Flower felt outcasted for being herself and so wanted to change herself so people liked her, so people wanted her around. This was a big turning point for her character. She would soon act out of character for countless episodes, from Teepit 9 to Teepit 13. What makes it even more sad is they only starting caring about her and paying attention to her when she wasn't herself. And even some people really still did not care, even with her acting this way. This led to many disputes, sabotages, and general disliking towards her, the opposite of what she wanted. But thanks to basketball saving her life away, she was able to bring Robert Flower back, which is where her arc concludes and she self-reflects.
I shouldn't have ever gone through with any of that. The best version of you is the one we have here.
Robert Flower went through an incredible arc about self-image and how they feel towards others. Not only was this good character development, but it also tells the audience to be who they are and not to change. Even with the torment Robert Flower has been through, she ended up making true friends like basketball and Pine. After losing last challenge, Robert Flower would once again fall into the bottom 3, which was extremely disappointing. But I was at least happy she was safe. For now at least. I admired Robert Flower through her journey and hope she goes on to get far into. Well, she was kinda screwed from the start, so this doesn't count. Anyways, Robert Flower became my favorite character after this arc was over. All she wanted was to be liked by her peers, and in doing so, was willing to trade her sense of self for Flower's. The story her arc tells is very relatable on a personal level, which I won't get into. I just hope other people learn what Robert Flower experienced. Being funny, kind, caring, and just a likable and relatable person. Robert Flower holds a special place in my heart. I also hope you learned something about Robert Flower in general today. I hope others recognize her character growth. You've reached the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.